Hello and welcome to my second, and it's going away, my second sort of Let's Play live stream video. This is going to be both for ThinkBoxly and for the Final Fantasy Forums.net. If you want to check out more about that, you can read up the post for this live stream on thinkboxly.com. Actually, that's game.thinkboxly.com. Now the site is separated into different dedicated sections, so this is being my first Let's Play live stream for the official gaming website sub-site of ThinkBoxly, and also for the Final Fantasy Forums. Welcome to everybody that is watching. I see a couple people on board already. That's great. So this is kind of a crazy stream for me because I'm streaming a smartphone game. And I'm actually excited about it. I mean, it's so strange to be saying that. And I mean, as you can see here with the title screen, it looks good. You know, kind of, I mean, it doesn't look like it's a next-gen game or anything like that, but I mean, the graphics hold up well, the gameplay holds up very well. As you can see, Square Enix, so it's not Final Fantasy, it's kind of like Final Fantasy meets Persona, which is kind of a crazy combination that I'm really enjoying. So let's get right in. You can see I considered starting a new game for this stream, but in the end, about the first hour and a half or so is all just kind of tutorial stuff. It's pretty linear, so I decided I would just pick up where I left off. As you can see, I've already got a character here about 4.5 hours in, so I'm just going to go ahead and start this up. Pick up right where I left off. Okay, so one of the things that's cool about this game is it actually does have two modes of play. On the left, the Marble Blue story is obviously the story mode of Chaos Rings 3, and this is completely, well, not completely, but it is standalone, so you don't have to have played the previous 3 games. Yes, it is 3 games, even though this is Chaos Rings 3, there is Chaos Rings Omega, which is a prequel to Chaos Rings, and then Chaos Rings 2, which is also a standalone story. So if you haven't played any of those, that's fine, you'll still be able to enjoy this one, but of course, if you have played the previous games, then there's a lot of little things already that I've seen, allusions to the previous games in the series and whatnot. So I may comment a little bit on that. I'm going to keep this spoiler free though as much as possible, so if something comes up from the previous games, I won't go into it. Let's see, make sure everything, okay, it looks like everything's coming through alright. And then on the right hand side we have the Modern Coliseum Battle Mode, which this is kind of, the idea is, you know, you're out, because this is a smartphone game like I said, so if you're out somewhere, you have 5 minutes and you want to play some Chaos Rings 3 but you can't get into the story, that's what the battle mode is. It's just like a tournament so that you can go through and fight battles and earn items and stuff that carry over to the story mode. But the characters are separate, so they level up separately and things like that, so it's kind of fun to have both modes going on there. And this is, by the way, just recently localized. This game has been out in Japan since October of last year. Just a few days ago, Square Enix just, out of, no pun intended with the Marble Blue thing here, but out of the blue, Square Enix just all of a sudden localized this. Well, they didn't all of a sudden localize it, but they released the localized version just kind of all of a sudden on iOS and Android. So it's available now on those stores, Google Play and iTunes, for $19.99, which seems like a lot for a mobile game, but trust me, this is more like a Vita game, because it is on Vita in Japan actually. So you're getting a Vita game on your smartphone or tablet, so it's well worth it. I'm just going to jump into the Marble Blue story here, or should I? Should I go to the Modern Coliseum first? I'll go to the Modern Coliseum first, just for a little bit, so you can kind of get a feel for what the combat is like. Now perform genetic combination battle mode. I didn't know that. Combine genes. Oh, right, because I unlocked this in the story mode. That's cool. Yeah, so this is like the Persona aspect of it, where in previous games you had the genes, and the gene system was what gave you your magic items. So it wasn't magic as such. It was kind of its own little thing. But now genes have kind of changed from the previous game, so where you have kind of these different gene cards. Let's see if I can actually look at some of this. Yeah, gene index. So you see we have these different cards here that are very much like Persona cards, if you're familiar with that series, which I am a huge fan of, by the way. I love Persona, so seeing this mixed with Final Fantasy-esque gameplay is wonderful to me. So you can see we have like Otohime and Tom Sawyer and all these, Sherlock Holmes. They've got a variety, and each one has their own different abilities, which you can see on here, their affinities, which is going to decide their main powers and things like that. And so you acquire these through various means throughout the game, and then these are what give you your magic abilities. And you can actually fuse them together, just like in Persona, was where I was going with that. Which I'm a huge fan of, and I was shocked to see how much this game borrowed from like the Persona type gameplay and stuff. But yeah, enough ado about that. Actually, one more thing, I have to say this: there are no, as in none, no in-app purchases in this game. I know you look at a screen like this, and when I first saw this, my first thought was in-app purchases. I mean, like, you've got the different currencies, you've got the mill, you've got the Oz. That's what the currencies up here at the top are, and there's actually another one, which I forget what it's called, but there's 3 different currencies. So my first thought when I saw it was, oh goodness, this is going to have in-app purchases for, the more important currencies. It doesn't. And they actually have a character in the game, in the story mode, actually say, you don't have to worry, there's no extra charges. So I was like, yes, this game just hits all the right notes. So anyhow, we're just going to go into a battle here so you can get a feel for kind of what the battle is like in the game. So camp is where we have our different characters. Right now I've got 3. I consider this 5 slots, so I don't know how that's going to work, because in previous Chaos Rings games you were limited to 2 people in a party. That's changed a little bit, so now you can have more, at least 3, maybe up to 5. That would be crazy. And you can rearrange them however you like here. And there's all sorts of things. So gifts, you can just fuse gifts. Gifts are things like you get these different gems, and then you can use those gems to fuse into new, I'm probably going to end up calling these personas by accident at some point, into new genes, to get yourself new abilities. But you can also just like can also convert them into different items. So sometimes it's advantageous to convert them into items of their own, sometimes it's advantageous to save them up for new genes. And get a look at the different characters here. So this is the main character. You can name him, you can set what his favorite food is, you even get to set what your team name is. So there's all sorts of these classic RPG things that have kind of fallen out of style that are here in this game. You get to actually personalize the experience a lot, which I'm a big fan of. So since I'm so fairly early on, it pretty much hasn't changed his equipment too much. So my character's name is Masato. Just I thought it sounded nice to know as a Japanese name. And this here is Leary, who's pretty awesome too. She's kind of my healer slash ice magic person. And then here's this guy. His name is Daisuke, and he's pretty cool too so far. I'm liking all the characters in this game at this point. Pretty low stats as you can see, but just kind of to give you a feel for what the game is like. And I'm a huge fan of the art in this, by the way. All the cards and all the character cut-ins and everything, it's all really, really well done. So let's take a look at this battle here. Current level 11, I'm well above 11. 3 battles in this particular tournament. So let's get started. So this does have the auto battle mass attack, which basically auto battle uses automatically either MP items or like genes or regular attacks. Mass attack just uses attacks. So if you don't want it to use up all of your MP, you can do that instead. So I'm going to go into battle here, and you can see we have these different actions that we can do. And the system is actually pretty deep. Like if you do attacks in a certain order with different characters, or if both use the same gene attack and things like that, it'll combine and turn into combos and do different cool things. So I'm still getting used to all of that and figuring out how all that works, but it's really, really cool and a lot of fun to play with. So let's see, I'm just going to see what these, all of them have a fire affinity. So the way the affinities work in this game is the previous games I think were more of a rock, paper, scissors type thing, and this it's just like fire and ice are strong and weak against each other, and earth and air are strong and weak against each other, so it just goes back and forth. It's not a rock, paper, scissors thing, which again would have been like Persona, but in this case they didn't do that. But since I don't have any affinity for Masato to do any major damage, I'm just going to have him attack regularly. She does have Cocytus though, so I'm going to do that. That's the ice attack in this game. And he has Doga and Cremate. Doga isn't their weakness, but it'll at least do some damage. I think that's the first time in battle mode I've had a weakness not completely dominate the character and take it out. So I'm definitely getting up into the higher level battles here. Thanks, Marco's helping do it. Oh, Marco. I'm going to show you Marco. He's a good character too. So yeah, if you hear the voices in the background in Japanese, even though the game is localized in English, it's text only. So voices are all Japanese. The voices in the background that you hear are announcers, and they're only in the tournament mode. So it's kind of unfortunate that they didn't do an English dub, even though I'm a fan of the Japanese voices, just because in here it's just kind of incessant background noise that a lot of people probably aren't going to be able to understand. Like, even knowing, I actually do know some Japanese, and even knowing some Japanese, I can't make out most of what they're saying because they're talking really fast and stuff like that. But I can tell it's contextual, which is really cool, because that means, like, as you're doing attacks, they're actually commentating on the attacks you're doing, and if you get hit, they're commentating on the hit that you took and stuff like that. So it's really cool, but I wish I could understand them better. I just realized I made a huge mistake. Actually, no, I didn't. Okay. With that. Okay. And then Cactus take out Straubo. And he's got Cremate here, just fire attack, so he can go on this bloop. Let's see, so I think he's going to be weak to this air attack. Oh, we took him out of it. Okay. So as you can see, for a smartphone game, the animations are really fluid. The graphics are pretty decent. And it feels much more like a smartphone. It feels like much more than a smartphone game. I mean, like, when you think of smartphone games, I generally think of, like, Angry Birds and, what else, like Farmville and Candy Crush and those kinds of things. This just completely trumps all of that, and really, like, I can actually see now Android and iOS as being viable gaming platforms in the future because of this kind of thing. It's like, okay, if developers would actually take advantage of the platform, you can actually do some pretty cool stuff on a smartphone. So, you know, there's that. I should actually finish him off, so I'm just gonna attack there. Oh! Really missed. No, she's blinded. I got him on that. That should be the end of that tournament then, I think. So the tournament points are based on the amount of damage that you do overall. So that's how you get points in this mode. You do get a bonus for using MP and different things. So that leveled them up. They're all now pretty close to leveling up, and I obtained a Fire Soma, which is basically an item that does a fire attack. And that will carry over between modes, so I'll now have that Fire Soma in the story mode. So it is advantageous to do this this tournament battle mode thing. And you get prizes too after certain milestones. So there's lots of reasons to do this. So yeah, I think that kind of gives an idea of what the battle mode is like and kind of the game overall. So now let's actually go back to my page and switch on to... Oh wait, get gifts, hang on. Accept all. When did I get these? Wouldn't they just be like a daily login bonus thing? That's cool. So I'll accept all that. Now switch to story mode. Any comments on the audio situation, by the way? Microphone versus in-game audio, is the balance about alright? If anybody feels like leaving a comment on the audio situation, that would be appreciated, so I know if I need to adjust it before we go into all this. Because I'm here like all afternoon. I pretty much set out the afternoon for this. I love the game so far, and I'm really interested to play more. So right now, where I left off in this story before, I just got to this place, which is basically the equivalent of the Velvet Room in Persona. It's where you can talk to this person, I forget her name, Marie, that's right. And she is the one that does like all the gene fusion and things like that. But I stupidly sold most of my genes to try to earn enough mil to combine genes, not realizing that you have to have more than 5 genes to combine. So that was my bad there. That was stupid of me. And then she, I get the feeling, is going to be important later on. Right now she just kind of talks. Oh, do I actually get to... Oh, I thought I was actually going to get to set my favorite color there for a second. Because before, like, it caught me off guard, the things that it was actually letting me set. Like, when it asked me what my favorite food was, and then it just gave me this blank input box. And I actually got to type in my favorite food. It's like, I just love little details like that. It just makes the game so much more fun and personal like that. And we don't see that so much anymore in console RPGs. Yeah, and I mean, look at this gateway here. It's totally Persona. But I'm fine with that, because I love Persona, and it's really cool to see it mixed with Final Fantasy stuff. This isn't Final Fantasy, but I mean, it's very much Final Fantasy inspired and stuff like that. So... basically the story so far, just to get everybody caught up, the opening is actually a little bit rushed, but basically you're this 15-year-old kid who lived on a farm without parents. Surprise, surprise, the classic RPG character opening, right? And then you go off on a quest, which isn't like your village burned down. Usually that's how it goes, right? Is your village burns down and you go off on this epic quest. But instead, actually, you just up and decided, I'm done with this place. So then he actually just decided to leave and go to this other planet called Marble Blue, which is basically Earth. Right now, though, everybody lives on a space station, which is named Teia, which if you played the previous Chaos Rings games, that should ring a bell, but I'm not going to go into that because Teia is a very important character, and also kind of a confusing, convoluted one, so I don't want to go into that and spoil anything for you. But we were on the space station Teia in like the year 3000 or something, so even though this is a standalone game, it does exist on the same timeline as the previous Chaos Rings games. I want to say the first one was maybe the year 1000, 2000, somewhere around there. So this is very far in the future from Chaos Rings 1, and Chaos Rings 2 was somewhere in between there. And they're all connected through the mythology and the timeline and things like that. But yeah, this is basically standalone, but there are these little subtle references that I'm expecting are going to come up later and kind of tie together, and I'm really looking forward to that. So this is your little sister Patty, who tags along with you at the very last second. She was supposed to stay home at the farm, but she didn't. Oh yeah, and every morning she gives you a BLT if you talk to her, which raises your MP. It's an item that you can actually use. And she'll also bake you whatever you said your favorite food was. So she just kind of watches the house for you while you're out and about. So this is where it gets to looking like familiar Chaos Rings if you've played any other games, this map thing. But it's cool because before we didn't have this option where you could actually go to the different locations outside of the dungeons. Like you had this map for the dungeons, now you have this map just for going around places too. So we have all these different areas on the space station that we can go. We can actually even go back to the farm that we started at, which I think is kind of interesting, because normally, you know, you start at the farm, you leave, it gets burned down, and you never come back. But here you can actually go back, so I just like how they, little things like that. District 14 is like the commercial district. So let's go here, which again, totally Persona feeling. This just feels so much like Persona 4 right here, this street with all the buildings lined up like that. This here's a fortune teller who's actually kind of a funny character. Like the first time I visited her, she was like, she gave me this fortune telling spiel, and it was like, actually it's completely hit or miss. Nobody really knows the future. So this is Marco. Marco's illicit arms. And there's kind of this humor going on, like everybody's like, why is he wearing the suit? And he's like, hey, everybody's got their secrets, which, I mean, his store is named Marco's Illicit Arms, so obviously he's in the suit so that nobody will know who he is. Marco and the Rye. Oh yeah, they said that after every main quest, it changes to like to a different Marco, maybe, and maybe a different Marco or somebody else entirely, I don't know. This is basically like Pew Pew's shop. In the previous games, Pew Pew. P-I-U was the character before, so this is like the replacement. Part of me is wondering if it's actually Pew Pew in that costume. That would be hilarious. Though actually Pew Pew is a very important character in the games too. Right, anyhow, reading on. I don't think I really have much to sell off right now. Can't sell Leon's pocket watch or the charm from Haruko because those are both from, it's from Masato's dad and that's from Daisuke's mom, so I feel bad selling those things even though they're kind of useless, just the starter accessories. Yeah, I don't think I really have much I want to sell off. Oh yes, chocolate. Chocolate in this game is like the potion, the health potion, the basic health potion. So chocolate restores your health. There's actually white chocolate too, that restores your health a lot. And I think there's like gourmet chocolate or something that restores even more than that. So items are different in Final Fantasy, but they do kind of serve the same functions. Like lavender cures some status effects, mighty lavender, and then Patty's BLT, first bite ramen, which I got from the ramen shop lady for completing a quest for, and then Patty's onigiri, which that's the thing I said is my favorite food, even though I've never had onigiri in real life, just because it's a Japanese food, and I was like, you know, 15-year-old kid, seems like 15-year-old Japanese kid probably onigiri would be up there, so I'd love to try onigiri in real life, but so far I haven't had the opportunity for that one. Anyhow. And not right now. Already given 1,000 mil. I don't even know what good it does me to support EI. Break those, that's right. Okay, so I don't think there's anything really new for me to do around here. So we can go on out. Even the shrine place is like Persona 4. It has the foxes and everything. It's so Persona 4. Alright, I can do the shortcut here. So Spaceport I think is really ready to go. Spaceport is kind of where you take on quests in this game. So you can just explore at your own leisure too if you want to just grind up. So far that hasn't really been necessary. And every single day you get different quests, which that's why it says daily quests, because it literally gives you different quests every single day, which is really cool. And different classes actually refer to, like, D you can do multiple times and doesn't give you very many rewards. Like the difficulty and the rewards go up, but you can only do B and C. I think there's other ones too, but like D is the only one you can do repeatedly. These are all unique. Patty's Errand 2, what's this, level 1? The toaster's not working, oh no! There's a modder? A modder to fix a toaster? Gotta figure this out. Okay, I'll go ahead and do that one. Dialogue choices. Some of the dialogue choices in this are pretty good. There have been some pretty funny ones so far. Not sure which one to do, to be honest. Whatever. Thought that would make her happy. Alright, I'll fix the toaster. I'll get the modder to fix the modder of all things. Not even sure where to look for a modder. Oh, the clothes place, huh? Whoa. How would that name be pronounced, anyway? Yeah, get right to the point. Oh, considering she herself has a metal hand, I'm kind of creeped out. Holy cow. Just my appendages. What? Are we talking my entire fingernails or what? I'm not giving my entire fingernails. If I do the first one, she's going to say, "Nah, just kidding." Oh man, I don't know what to do. Holy cow. Oh, just the clippings. Okay, well that's not bad. What in the world? That was surprisingly interesting. One owns coin and it's pew pew on the coin there. Another BLT. Man, I'm loaded with BLTs. Archdemon of Pride. Oh, recommended level 50. Never mind. So reward is one owns coin and one item sheet open for Sunken City. So the item sheets are things like, I mean, it's kind of like a bingo sheet actually, where you have this. I mean, it's a sheet of different icons and things like that that you fill in with special items. Oh, I just accepted that one. Yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and do that before getting on the main story. So this is pretty cool that you can actually. Oh yeah, this is totally Earth. Oh yeah, it's just, oh that's not totally Earth. That's changed a little bit, but yeah, this planet they're calling Marble Blue is definitely Earth. So it's kind of cool, even though this is like sci-fi and fantasy, it ties into real life too. And you can pick what level you want the dungeon to be at. So obviously, lower level means lower XP gained, but it's kind of nice to have the option to choose what level you want the dungeon to be at. That way, older dungeons even are still useful. Listen, ooh, that might actually be better than what I've got currently. I love the music in this, by the way. It's -1. So one thing I'm not clear on, because like, would that mean that regularly with 2 hits, does that mean I actually do like, you know, in this case 24 power, or does it mean that the 2 hits is factored in? I don't know. What does it look like? Pretty much the same thing as what I've got, just different color. There are some really crazy looking weapons in this, though. I've already seen some of them. I'm torn, man. They also give me +10 on fire affinity. I'll leave it for now. Yay, chocolate. So part of this kind of reminds me of Kingdom Hearts. Just the style of like clothing and this particular area. Oh, battle time. I'm going to get him a different gene that has some more variety. Actually, it's kind of true of everybody. Right now it's like they each have their one function, which is better than not having a certain function between the whole party, but it's kind of annoying sometimes when they have one person capable of hitting a weakness. And let me remind you, this is a smartphone game. I just can't get over that, man. It's like... this is just way beyond anything I've ever seen before on a smartphone. The music is fantastic, the animation, not animation, like the art, like the different character cut-ins and all that. It's really, really good. I like all of that. And just the gameplay mechanics and everything, it's like, this is as classic of an RPG to me as like some of the Final Fantasy games. As far as Square Enix stuff, like post-Squaresoft RPGs, I would honestly say Chaos Rings is some of their better RPGs that they've done. At least I assume. I actually don't know what Square Enix's role is in this, because Mediavision I think maybe actually is the one. Oh, that orange arrow over there is telling me that's where I need to go. But yeah, I think actually Mediavision may be the one that actually makes these games, and Square Enix just publishes them. I could be wrong on that. Oh, taking that easy. Faust is now level 20. One second, I just messed up my chat. Okay. Sorry about that. Oh yeah, that house, by the way, the reason why I'm avoiding that is because that's not actually a house, it's actually a crab. And if I run into it, it will attack me. It's cool there's even some platforming, because before, Chaos Rings 1, Omega, and 2 were like Squaresoft RPGs, actually. Like the PS1 era. Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, those in particular, where you had the pre-rendered backgrounds with 3D characters, and then battle scenes were 3D. So this is actually the first one to have full 3D environments, like some platforming elements and things like that, so it's pretty cool. Don't have anything against that. Is he really? The way they even draw their cards out when they're attacking with them, it's like Persona 2. I mean, not like Persona number 2, like, it's just also Persona-like. I mean, just watching this, especially on a stream on a bigger screen, it might not seem like the graphics are all that great. But really, I mean, when you're playing this on a smartphone, like a 5-inch, 6-inch screen, or a tablet, I mean, it looks good. It seems really smooth and fluid, like the animations on the faces and things like that. For a smartphone, it's like really good. So I've been really pleased with this. Which is why I'm doing a super long stream of it. So we just had another person recently join the stream. Welcome. So one note actually about the different currencies in this game, it's actually kind of cool. It's like I was saying earlier, all the Chaos Rings games exist on the same timeline. So this is like 2,000 years in the future from the first one. And it's cool that even though they still do have the OWNs coins, or the Oz, whatever, from the first game, like, there are alternative currencies now. That just makes sense, you know? And, like, this is now kind of a sci-fi fantasy thing, whereas the first one was more modern. I mean, it was sci-fi and fantasy, too, but this one definitely is much more sci-fi and fantasy. And it's also kind of more lighthearted, I guess, than the previous two, especially 2. 2 was a heavy game, man. It was great, though. Like, the amount of emotion they packed into a smartphone game, I was blown away by that. So from 2 to here, it's a massive difference, but it's still very enjoyable, even though it's a totally different atmosphere. But just, it's cool how they actually kind of made these logical things. Like, it changes big time from each game to each game, because there's a huge amount of time between each game. So just little details like that I enjoy. A couple more people join the stream. Welcome. Thanks for coming. I am keeping an eye on both the Twitch chat and the Final Fantasy Forums chat, by the way. So anything you would like to chat about, feel free. Right now I'm not getting XP very fast. One thing that is interesting, though, is that your level is actually affected by what genes you have equipped. So if I understand it correctly, like, you have kind of a base level, and then your genes add to that level. I think that's how it works. Let's see, actually. Gene swap, right? Got Faust 4 and 5. Oh, that's just okay. That's just how many I have. So maybe it is that your level is completely based on the level of your genes. That would be kind of interesting. And in light of what I was just saying about the timeline of this series, the genes actually do flow with that as well. So it's like the genes are kind of the warriors of the past, right? That you're able to sort of summon, I guess. Not really summon. It's not that much like Persona, but you're able to actually use the genes of the warriors of the past to fight now. And what the heck? I want to say it before I go up to that. Powerful evil force has been sealed here. Break the seal and challenge the evil. Okay. Yikes. Sky Dancer hasn't hurt rats. That's what so Masato anyway doesn't have the ability to attack. Let's see in here. Fire some, ice some, bolt some. Everything except the one that I need. At least he's got the ability to strike the weak point there. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting battle. Oh! Okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought. There we go. Oh! Oh yeah, on this meter up at the top left here, you can see right now it's the battle advantage is on my side, about 75%. If I get that up to max, then I can pull off a combo move if I play my cards right. I'm still not 100% sure how that works. But yeah, basically, so there is actually this meter up here that tracks the advantage in battle and gives you either boons or like buffs and debuffs and things like that based on advantage in the battle, which is pretty cool. And at this rate, I might want to save her MP for healing. It's unfortunate that Daisuke has the lowest speed, because we could pull off some combos with him hitting the weak point first, but he has too low of speed for us to do that. About halfway down, we can do this. I think we'll be okay. I'm gonna go ahead and let Masato. So close. Oh yeah, another thing is whenever you use a magic power in this game, a certain gene power, you take on the affinity of that power until you use a different one. So when you attack an opponent's weakness, that opens your weakness up to them, since they obviously, by nature of the fact that you attack their weakness, that by consequence means that they can attack your weakness then in return. So there's just so many little different dynamics to the battle system that make it really fun. Which one was it? This one, yeah. Got him. Yes. You've done us proud. Sometimes natural phenomena cause powerful creatures to appear in low-ranking areas. Cool. Oh yeah, I got a new... Let's see what happens to the item sheet. Oh, Nero. It's interesting that there's historical figures in here too, because that's like connecting the timeline of the Chaos Rings series with our actual history. It's really interesting. See what Nero's like. I'm guessing he's probably going to have like a fire affinity. Just that would be kind of funny actually. Yep, he does. But yeah, actually I think I'm going to stick with Faust on him for now, because I'm kind of relying on that electric affinity, and he's got air and fire coverage. He's got ice. So right now we're pretty well balanced. I don't really want to upset that balance unless I have other genes that can make up for it. I think we're ready for her level 10 story quest. I've been delaying this story quest so much because I've just been enjoying exploring everything else. Rested by Illyri. Oh, really? Illyri is the girl in the party, by the way. I feel like trying to voice act this, but I know it wouldn't come out right, so I'm probably not going to try to do Illyri's voice. Ruined battleship permanently unlocked for accepting this quest. That's going to be a new area. Cool. So kind of the idea is that Earth is in ruins, or Marble Blue, I should say, is in ruins, since that's what they call Earth, and here is Marble Blue, and it's in ruins, and explorers go there. I think I was starting to tell this earlier with the story, and I cut myself off. But yeah, basically the story is, like I said before, you started out as orphan farm boy living with his little sister and grandma on a farm. And then he just up and decides one day he's going off to become an explorer for Marble Blue, or an adventurer, which the explorer has a guild and everything like that, and they're all looking well, they're not looking for this place called Paradise, but his father was looking for a place called Paradise on Marble Blue, and he never found it. He died. His mother died, and so now he's going to kind of follow in their footsteps and look for Paradise on Marble Blue. So he became an explorer, and now we're going out to explore Marble Blue, and I have a feeling we're eventually going to come up to that ominous-looking place on the North Pole there. But for now, we're going in like Africa, actually. So this is a new zone. This sunken battleship, ruined battleship. Sunken City was the last one.
今でこそ巨大なひまわりが咲き誇る圧倒的景観のこのエリア。
That's like a spaceship, though.
数百年前までは
Oh, I know what this
近づけない
is.
死のエリアだったそうです。
That's from Chaos Rings Omega.
前時代に激しい戦争があったことが原因だとか。ですが、それも今は昔。未だ発掘されずに眠り続けている強力無比な兵器があなたとの出会いを待っているかもしれませんね。
So before I get into this, basically the goal of explorers in this game is to find what are called gifts, which are basically artifacts from the past that can be used to... They're genes. You can either convert them to genes or to special items. So kind of everybody's goal as an explorer is to come back with some special item that you know, will benefit mankind, basically. Mankind living on the space station Thea. So we'll get into this. They're also big, it's almost like we've shrunk or something. Holy cow, look at the moon in the background, it's like got a hole in it. Maybe the battleship still works. Ooh. Nah, I'm not going to say that, because that'd be stupid. But it might. Now I'm thinking it might, because they suggested that. There's a treasure chest, like, right behind me. Oh, but it's up there, so I can't get to it. Sometimes there will be a quote-unquote mistake in the teleporting. You'll end up in places that are unreachable otherwise. So that's how you get up there, is by teleporting here by mistake. Or up on that platform by mistake. And of course it's not a mistake at all, it's just a random event. Oh goodness, there's actually people here. Explorers.
Ah, 人がいたのか。悪い悪い。いざ戦艦を目前にしたら興奮しちまった。
兄ちゃん、もう行こう。
Ni-chan, she said. That means older brother. Or wait. Yeah, it's older brother. Whatever. So they're obviously siblings.
ちょっと待てよ。人を引きそうになっておいて、その態度はないだろう。へえ、威勢がいいな。あんたらルーキーか。ああ、最近資格を取ったばかりだ。それがどうした？
Oh yeah, what happened right before this in the story was my team actually found like an entire city underground back in the sunken city, which was the first area I explored earlier. But we aren't allowed to go in there because we're not high enough level. Basically, we have to be Explorer level 3, which we just passed our trial to be Explorer level 1. So not going in there for a while.
それじゃルーキーどころかただのひよこちゃんじゃん。兄ちゃん、こんな奴らと話すのやめようよ。
I love the art style, the character artwork in this is fantastic.
ひよこだろうが成長すれば立派な鶏になれるのよ。鶏になれても結局空は飛べないけどな。なんですって？
おい、やめとけプリカ。悪いな、許してやってくれ。こいつは口の悪さには定評があるんだ。
Sorry's not good enough, or that's alright, we're not looking for a fight. I wonder if we actually could fight if I said sorry's not good enough. But actually I'm not that offended, so I'm going to go with what I'd actually say.
ルーキーらしく素直でよろしい。
Okay, no, I wish I'd said the other thing.
一応名前くらい名乗っておいてやるよ。俺は鋭角のグラッチャだ。
私は鮮血の
Crazy, they're...
兄ちゃんの愛すべき妹だ。
あんたらがこの先もエクスプローラーを続けるつもりなら必ずぶち当たる壁となるんだ。あんたらの名前はいいや。知って意味のない名を覚えるつもりはないんだな。
Well, these people have chips on their shoulders.
なんだと。やめとけ。まあ生きがりたい気持ちはよくわかるけど、俺らのやっぱ何度見てもいいね。ああいうド派手なマシンこそビッグな俺にふさわしい。行くぜプリカ。
合点だぜ兄ちゃん。
くそ、何だったんだあいつら。
あまり関わり合いたくない人たちね。
So do we get to actually ride those things? That would be awesome. Guess. Whoa! So it's not... I was expecting more like a rapid transport thing, but this is like I actually get to drive the thing. That's cool. You don't see many smartphone games do this kind of thing. Ah, damn it. Missed the diamonds. So the pink diamonds, if you get 100 of them, you get a continued... Oh! I just dropped my mouse. Okay. Things are coming. Can I open the treasure chest? Oh, good, I can. I was kind of afraid I wouldn't be able to while riding, but yeah. Oh, yeah, that... It's like a... I wonder if that's like a door that opens and... You certainly can't go there now. I suppose I could not go up there. The soundtrack on this is really great. Can we go upriver? Whoa! Totally can. I guess I was actually downriver, my bad. Giga sunflower seed. Oh, I bet that sells for a lot. Yeah, all the things in this category are just like things that sell for a lot. They don't actually have any function in the game, just different artifacts that you can sell to rack up cash. Another raptor. Is there anybody on that one? Ah, it's just another place I can board, I guess. Transparent swallowtail. Another expensive thing to sell, which is good. Ooh, golden one. Oh, right, I don't have gold keys. Oh, but I can purchase one, but I don't have near that much money. Okay. Of that currency, anyway. So again, this game is available right now. Oh, right, yeah, get up Raptor. This game is available right now. Came out just kind of as a surprise, but on Android and iOS. There is a Vita version that released in Japan. No word on if that's coming out here now. But considering they did actually release a patch in the Japanese version to be able to play all the other games, because it came with like all the Chaos Rings games, the Vita version did, and they ported all of them to the Vita, and they actually released a patch to bring the English localization into the Vita version of the other games, but not this one. But hopefully now that this is localized in English, we'll actually see a Vita release of this too. That'd be cool. So I think it'd probably have a little bit bigger audience on the Vita. Maybe I'm wrong. I think that a lot of times people are turned off when they see Square Enix price tags on smartphone games, because they always charge a lot, but the difference is they're actually giving you real games. Like, this is not, and this isn't Farmville, this is actually like a Vita game on your phone, so it's worth it in my opinion. You know, it actually probably wasn't a good idea to ride the Raptor all the way through there, because I had no random encounters. That means I didn't level up. But I am kind of over-leveled already as it is, so no worries. I don't know, so maybe it might still be working. Oh snap, he's gonna try to start this thing and it's gonna crash. Well, we want to explore it anyway. I knew we'd end up fighting them. You know what, normally this wouldn't be me, but in this case they're being annoying enough, I'm actually going to be a little bit bold. I don't think that's what he wanted. Okay, it's all good.
戦艦ってのはいわば力の象徴だ。より強いやつがより強力な力を手にする。これほどシンプルで筋の通った道理が世の中は弱肉強食。強者には暴飲暴食の権利が与えられる。どちらがこの力にふさわしい男か。
This is like so not representative of typical Chaos Ring story, by the way. It's kind of unfortunate this is the part that I was at, because it gets a lot deeper and more interesting than what's going on right now, I promise.
このアドバンテージを生かしましょう。
属性を考えて戦わなくてこっちは自力になるぜ。
I'm like one hitting
みん
them.
なの時間なんだよ。
ありがとう。
Yeah, I'm way over leveled for this battle, obviously.
これで最後の仕事じゃ負け知らずなのに。さすがはエクスプローラー。バカだけど腕は本物だったね。
Yikes. Oh, come on, we decimated them. Nice. Oh. 10 minutes, huh? By the way, she's homeless and like an orphan too. So, Daisuke's like the only one with a normal family, and his mom is like deathly ill. So, basically, you never want to be a parent in an RPG, or your life expectancy is horribly short if you're a parent in an RPG. Can we just turn it off? I hope we're not actually on a 10-minute timer. I don't have any keys for that. Infrared camera. Okay, how do we... Shoot, I have no idea where I'm actually supposed to go right now. Contain another infrared camera. I wonder what those do. Reveals the characteristics. Okay, so it's like an analyze. That's cool. Man, what am I supposed to be doing right now? Well, the arrow is orange, so I'm going this way. Oh, now I see. But I want to get these first, actually. Oh boy. Oops. Now see, I'm pretty sure this thing's attribute just changed because it used a certain attack. Okay, that was very irresponsible of me. 10 minutes until a giant weapon attacks that could destroy the whole city, and I'm collecting pink diamonds. So those Egons are kind of like the, what was it, in Final Fantasy IX, the one thing, I think there's actually, it's been a bit of a recurring thing in Final Fantasy, is like, there was the guy that would appear, that would like give you a quiz and you'd have to attack a yes or no thing to get the answer to the question, or like the trivia, something like that. But those work kind of the same way as that character in FF9. Appears to be linked to a device somewhere. Because it had the orange arrow over it, I'm going to do it. Otherwise, I would have been freaking scared to push that button. Oh, 5 minutes. It probably has been about 5 actual minutes, so I'm kind of worried this is literally on a timer right now. Oh, that's my door. One more. 3 minutes. Oh goodness. If it's not actually on a timer, it's actually arranged pretty well so that it works out to be about correct. That way just had a treasure chest, I do believe. So now I'm really not sure where to go. Well, that's a new enemy there. Roach Wolf. Yeah, he doesn't have anything really to attack either of them. Neither does he, for that. No, that doesn't make sense. What? Oh, yeah. I knew I was missing something. Okay. He actually bolt fled on Roach Wolf. There we go. Not again! I'm gonna see if I can't run on this one. So I gotta get that switch, man. Yeah, no kidding. Except I don't see where I'm supposed to be going now. That's what he's already done. It told me to come here. Ah. I don't have time for you. Oh, goodness. No, it must be on an actual timer. I'm in trouble. That one's already activated. Oh, it must be up the stairs. Oh, snap, I've got to hurry. Now where? I should not have gone for those pink diamonds. That's not where I'm supposed to go. This is. Oh my goodness. I'm really pushing this. Where? Nope, no time for pink diamonds this time. Oh, it's so close. It's definitely been a minute. Yeah, because I collected pink diamonds instead of turning on the main battery. Cat plushie? Why do I have to fight you? I ride those things. I guess you fight chocobos in Final Fantasy sometimes now. It's easy to deck. I know, that's where I want to go. Whoa, cutscene. And it's playing really choppy. Well, my apologies for the choppy cutscene. That's not Twitch, it's just the game. I'm actually running this in an Android emulator, so if that was on an actual Android phone or tablet, I'm sure it would have run fine. Please don't tell me it froze. Oh, seriously? Well, that's a problem. The hazards of emulators. See how far back it set me. Because it does autosave